What's up everyone, Alan Morrow here and welcome to this tutorial. Today I'm just going to show you some of the cool things that you can sort of do with the vocoder when it comes to sort of atmospheric sort of vocal sounds within trance. So yeah, just going to sort of show you what you can do. And basically this is just my quick start trance template for any of you that want to check that out. That's on the website. This is something that I just have open when I start a track or when I'm doing anything. It's just basically got the channel set up and a bit of a gain stage and rack here and stuff. But so basically what I want to do here with this is I want to set up an audio channel, which I'll do here on the vocal tracks. If I just arm this one, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to record in some of my voice, to be honest with you. Let's just see what we can do here. So if I just start off here, and I'm just going to record in some of my voice so you can sort of see what happens. I would sing, but that'll be very embarrassing, so I'm going to refrain from doing that. But yeah, so let's have a little listen to this. So basically just my vocal, and I'm just going to record in some of my voice so you can sort of see what happens. So basically I've just got my audio there. Now for a vocoder to work, like how I want it to, basically. Sorry, 1 second. Let me just actually go and find the vocoder before I talk about it. So when I add the vocoder to this, you have this sort of noise option here. So you can play it through this, but it doesn't sound very great. So I'm just going to record in some of my voice. So what I want to do with this is I want to be able to play it through a synth, basically. So basically the vocoder needs an audio generator to come through it for it to work properly. So if I just bring this over here like this, and I'm basically just going to set up a channel that basically is going to send a signal through to this vocoder. So I'm just going to use this pad channel here. If this is so this is a synth channel. I'm going to add a bit of midi. Just give that another color so you can see it. And I'm going to use, now you can use any synth you want, but I'm going to use the analog synth just because it's nice clean sound that's going to go through. Close that off. So what I have here is my audio, and I have the other channel which is playing the synth or the noise generator, so to speak. So I want to come back to my vocoder, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go over and change it from noise to external. Now, what I want to do here is I want to get the audio signal, or the signal coming from this channel here, which is pad 1. So if I come up to here to pad 1, that is now set up. There's no effects on there, so I'll just change that to pre-effects. And I'm just going to come in here, and I'm just going to draw a bit of MIDI on there, just for you to see. So what that's going to do is when I now play this, it should... Let me just mute this a sec. So we want to mute that channel. I'm just going to record in some of my voice. And you can start to hear my vocal is now got some vocoder on it. Now I'm just going to turn this up so we can hear it better. I'm just going to record in some of my voice. So if I come back to the vocoder here, you can hear it sounds very sort of squeaky and stuff, but we can definitely clean that up and make it sound a lot better. So in here, however I want it set to stereo. Again, you've got your dry wet here as well. And I'm just going to record in. So if you had a vocal that you had a professional singer sing and sent those audio files to you, you could use that, and you can split it between having, a bit of it wet and a bit of dry. But for the sake of using my voice, I'm going to show you some little tricks to sort of create some nice atmosphere sounds or little weird sort of vocal sounds. And so I'm not going to be using any dry part of my voice because I've simply just spoke into the microphone as well. So that is going to then generate that signal. Now, what you can do with the analog synth, as I play it, if I just loop this, I'm just going to record. Anything you then do to this analog synth will actually change the characteristics of this vocoder. So I'm just going to record in some of my voice so you can sort of see what happens. I'm just going to record in some of my voice so you can sort of see what happens. So you can see, you can change that. You can go in, you can actually change the shape of the oscillator. I'm just going to record in some of my voice so you can sort of see what happens. And it gives it all a different, slightly different character. I'm just going to record in some of my voice. One thing I like to do with it, and I'll show you in a second, I'll come back to that, is detune it. But before I do that, I'm just going to start to add some effects on this to show that, sort of make it sound nice. So I'm going to put a bit of an echo on it to give it a bit of movement. So let's add a bit of ping pong instead. Sort of change this. And let's maybe... Just going to bring this channel up a bit so we can hear it a little bit better. And let's add a bit of reverb to it as well. And if I just go, put the decay time up. So a nice sort of atmospheric sort of vocal there. So what I want to do now is go back to the original analog synthesizer here. And I'm just going to go up and detune. I think this gives it a really nice sound. So obviously it doesn't sound amazing just on its own, but if you, for example, were to add in, say, some pads, and again, I'm going to show you something else in a sec. If I just come in and use one of my pad bank, Trance pads, yep, we'll use that there. Let's go to one of these, this one. If I now just draw in some MIDI, just draw a basic sort of pad in there. Solo this a sec. So let's just try that. Now if I play that with this vocal, you can start to get some sort of nice sort of sounds. Now obviously again this isn't perfect, so please excuse, obviously it's the timing as well is off, but I just want to sort of show you the desired effect that you can create with it. So I'm going to actually cut this down as well to sort of be around here, get rid of that excess back sort of vocal there. And what I'm going to do is I'm now going to go in and change the noise generator the MIDI for it. And I'm going to copy this one and listen to the way that this changes now the vocal. So it sort of plays to the riff that you've got there. So you sort of play that with the pad as well. Oh, sorry. So you could, for example, if you had a sort of trance breakdown, you could have sort of a nice vocal sort of effect playing there within your bridge, for example, the bridge area, or in your actual melody in the background. Let's sort of add a sub pad in there as well, just sort of give it a bit of lower depth to it. Again, just going to add this in, go to sub pad. Anyone wants to check out that bank, that's the Trance Pads, Trance Pads pack. Just want to bring this down. Yeah, that's the Synth 1 Trance Pads pack on my website. So obviously I'm just talking in there and it's not going to be as great, but if you had a nice singer in there, that'd be great. You could put effects loops in there, whatever you wanted. So let's go back here and just have a little bit of a play around with some of the effects. We could also go in and if I just take a bit of the low end out, for example, just high pass this a little bit. I'm just going to change this. Let's turn this up again just so you've got a bit of a better idea. And let's just go in and open up this pad a bit, just make it a little bit trancier sounding. So you sort of get sort of cool effects with that. Let's just try changing the delay a little bit. So sort of a nice sort of a background texture. You could go even further with it if you wanted and sort of create a bit more of an atmosphere with it by just... You could also go in and completely bring this down if you wanted. Let's just change this. Let's transpose it down an octave. And then you got that sort of atmospheric sound. So that sort of sounds cool as well, but I'm going to bring that back up. And yeah, you could do anything you really wanted with it. You can add on your effects onto your vocoder. Let's just play the vocoder on its own so you can see what we do here. Let's take some of these effects off a sec. What happens? I would sing, but that'd be very embarrassing, so I'm just going to record in some of my voice so you can sort of see what happens. I would sing, but that'd be very embarrassing, so I'm going to... So you can sort of hear there. But if you go back in again to this, I could change this actually, sorry, just turn these effects back on. If I wanted to go back into the generator again, obviously keep the generator turned off, but it's just feeding the signal in. Go down another octave. It's not quite as good down there. So obviously you can just end up destroying the sound a little bit, but you can definitely get some really nice sort of sounds out of it. So yeah, that's kind of what you can do with the vocoder. One other thing as I said before, it can be, it doesn't have to be the analog synth. I can quickly show you again with something else. For example, let's just use again, I'll just use Synth. So Trance Pads presets, close that off. I'm just going to go, sorry, I'm going to initiate this. This should push through the signal. Sorry. So, sorry, yeah, I didn't have that soloed. So if I change this preset now, I can come in and, you know, use a different audio sound going into that vocoder. So this is a gated pad, which is obviously sending the signal through for this vocal here. And yeah, different presets will do different things. But for a nice clean signal, generally try and keep the signal at the start going in quite simple. But again, if I also come through here and was to bring this octave down, you can start. Turn the voices up. Obviously, when you've got a better vocal here or something different, it will sound a lot better. I just wanted to show you with my voice the sort of capabilities that you can do there. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Be sure to hit the subscribe and notification bell if you want to see other videos like this. And yeah, if you've not already, join the AIM Studios production community, which I'll also leave a link in the comment section below for you to do that, and you'll also get other exclusive tips sent to you by email as well. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.